Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back here to Bronk Jackson Field here on the high school campus here in Lindsay, Oklahoma. We got the second game on tap here, the Lindsay Leopardettes getting ready to go up against the Dibble Lady Demons. Rhys Flood will be in the circle here to start this thing off. First pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Leopardettes able to knock off the Ardmore Lady Tigers in the first game of the afternoon here by a score of 8-1. Hello, everybody. Jake Rutledge alongside Tandra Hamilton once again. That one fouled straight back at us.
Yeah, and that was a really good first win for the season. It showed a lot of our positives, and we were able to work on the negatives that we have. We have some really good speed on the base pass.
Flood misses just outside there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Top half of the first inning. Got the leadoff hitter, number 13, that is Speaker. Slaps it down the third baseline, just foul. But yeah, that couldn't ask for a better start to the season to come out and knock off a Class 5A opponent in Ardmore and do it, kind of do it in style. Made everything look easy. Pitching was good, hitting was good, defense was even better. Leopardettes only allow that 1 run there. Again, slapped down the third baseline, just foul. You see Lily Dotson coming up. She's got it. She's playing it. But yeah, back to that first game. Good start there. 8-1 victory. Dibble actually knocked off Ardmore in the second game of the night. Dibble turned around playing a back-to-back here. So see if the Leopardettes can get out early and get on top. Little change up from Flood there, misses outside.
I think we'll see a pretty good game, this Dibble and Lindsay game. Dibble had a lot of really positive highlights that last Ardmore game. They can hit the ball really well.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple people, and they were saying, hey, just like that, ring her up, set her down. First strikeout of the night for Rhys Flood.
That was a great pitch, great location.
Yep.
We got a couple defensive changes this game. It looks like we have Barron out in right field to replace Hallie Harris from the first game. And Jaden Webb is playing second to replace Braley.
Pitch misses just inside. 1-0 the count. Top half of the first inning here, no score. This is 2-hole hitter number 99. That is, I believe that is Heron. Oh, 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Ringer up, set her down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rhys Flood. Actually checked that. That was only the second strike.
I think the batter thought she had 3 strikes also.
I'm with you. That one gets away from Flood, misses high. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still just 1 out here, top half of the first inning. Everybody kind of got ahead of themselves there, even the batter. Pitch on the way. Little blooper out towards Webb there at second. Routine play by her. So 2 outs away. That'll bring up 3-hole hitter number 3. This will be Clanton coming up to bat for the Lady Demons.
We have the same plate umpire as the first game, so I feel like our strike zone, we're pretty used to what she is going to want.
Absolutely, yeah. Probably won't change much here in this third game. I did notice she was obviously, this home plate umpire, she was in the field that second game, so it is her turn to be back behind the dish. Flood with the pitch. Fouled off to the right. Yeah, and you were kind of talking about, this Dibble team. I talked to some people in between games here, and they were saying, hey, Dibble, they'll come out, they'll swing the bat. They're, they're no slouch. So I expect a good ball game here.
And they sure
slapped that one foul.
Oh.
Got a group full of kids over there. They need to be paying attention.
Of course, one's mine.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs away here in the top half of the first. Flood with the 1-2. Did she go?
Ooh.
Absolutely, she went. Struck out the side. 1-2-3, Rhys Flood. No score here going to the bottom half of the first. Leopardettes are due up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Bronk Jackson Field here on the campus of Lindsay High School. Jake Rutledge alongside Tandra Hamilton getting ready to start the bottom half of this first inning as Rhys Flood able to strike out the side there to start things off. Couldn't ask for a better start from Flood.
No, that's the first time I've been able to see her pitch, and she's very impressive. That was an awesome start to her freshman career.
Absolutely. So with all that, that'll bring up leadoff hitter number 0. This is Chloe Broussard. Pitch on the way. In the circle for the Lady Demons will be number 2. That is Morgan Peterson. And that'll be the only Dibble player that I know by first name. She's actually friends with my niece. So. Second pitch misses high. Makes a count 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom half of the first inning here. Still no score. Peterson with the pitch. Misses just high. And Peterson looks like she's got a little bit of pop to her as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is going to be a really good test for the Leopardettes this game.
The 2-1. Clips that outside corner. Good pitch there. I'll make it 2 balls, 2 strikes to Broussard.
And we just got battle up and put something in play, foul it off.
Broussard settles back in. Pitch on the way, misses well outside.
I think it's our lone senior in the lineup right now as far as this game goes.
Pitch on the way. Again, misses just outside. Cold ball 4.
And they're just missing. Yeah. It's just a little miss. It's not nothing big. The pitcher should be able to adjust fairly quickly to that.
Yeah. So that'll put Broussard down at first via the leadoff walk. That'll bring up 2-hole hitter number 6. This is Rhys Flood. Flood settles in. Pitch on the way. Broussard thought about it. Retreats back to first. That ball missed just high. Cold ball 1.
Yeah, we're going to get a different look this game. The Dibble defense is on the move. They're aware of the situations, and they're aware of the speed that's on base.
Yep. Flood settles back in. Broussard resides at first. Pitch on the way. Misses just high.
Trying to play small ball right here and just get Chloe over to second.
Flood settles back in. Peterson with the pitch. It's going to miss low. It's going to carry him behind the catcher. Broussard's going to round second. Thinks otherwise. She's going to take off to third. Just a heads-up play right there by Chloe Broussard. You could see her. She was watching that catcher, and as soon as that catcher, you mentioned it a half dozen times in that first game, that catcher puts her head down, stops paying attention. Broussard, she's at shortstop basically, and she says, you know what? You're going to make it that easy on me. I'm going to go ahead and take off.
And you cannot put your head down on fast base runners. You can't do it. They're going to take advantage of the mistake, especially seasoned base runners.
Yep. Yeah, and just like that, I mean, she goes from obviously in scoring position there at second, but even more so now hanging out there at third. Just good base running.
And with no outs, runner on third and the 2-hole up.
Yeah, and that's something too that you don't teach that. That is just instinct. That is something that Chloe, as a youngster coming up playing league ball, adjusted to and finally decides, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to use my wheels.
Yes.
You see the outcome. Pitch on the way, called strike. Believe that'll make it a 3-1 count to Flood.
And that just what makes her so good on the bases and so dangerous is she is extremely smart and she knows when enough is enough and when she can get there.
So back-to-back strikes there from Peterson. She's clawed back into this one here to make it a 3-2 count to the Leopardettes 2-hole hitter Flood. Pitch on the way. That's going to miss low and in the dirt. So back-to-back walks here by Dibble. Puts runners on the corners here for the Leopardettes. And here comes the big bat of Kailyn Taylor out of the 3-hole spot.
See what kind of situational play we're going to be in right here with runners on the corner and no outs.
Pitch on the way, misses high. Flood able to slide down at second after the no throw. So that'll put runners at second and third. 1 ball, no strike here to Taylor. Pitch on the way. This is low and in the dirt.
Seems like the Dibble pitcher is getting a little bit frustrated, not able to really hit those spots.
So 2-0 the count here to Taylor. Taylor settles in. Pitch on the way. High fly ball back out of play over the top of us here. Looks like Peterson might have went with a little off-speed pitch there.
Mm-hmm.
Big opportunity here for Kailyn Taylor. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here, bottom of the first. Still no score. That one's again in the dirt. Moves the count to 3 balls, 1 strike.
First 3 at-bats for Lindsay has been very disciplined. They've watched the ball really well. They've taken every pitch that they could get.
Pitch on the way. Again in the dirt. Overthrows the third baseman. That'll score Broussard from third. Flood will advance to third, and Kailyn Taylor will get all the way around to second after the wild throw there from the catcher.
Very good base running, heads up base running right there.
The Dibble coach, he's going to want to talk about it here for a second, but yeah, you said it there. The first 3 batters, they've seen 6 pitches at most. You know, I mean, she went back-to-back full counts, ends up walking both girls, and then again walks Taylor there. So 3 batters, 3 straight walks here by the Dibble Lady Demons. Have managed to give up 1 run here in the bottom of the first with more threatening and nobody out still. And I think the Dibble coach, he's probably just saying, you know, kind of give them the, you know, little pep talk. Hey, everybody calm down, you know. Just get your wits about you.
Let's just get out of the inning.
Yeah. And this.
I mean, they're only down 1 run right now.
Absolutely,
Even though there's been a lot happening in the first 3 batters, they're only down 1.
Well, and 2, you got to think about this. I don't care who you are. This comes into play as well. You know, some of these players, they have friends sitting up here in the bleachers, and, you know, they might be pressing a little more than what they normally would be. So that's something to think about as well.
Yeah, because they're just a 15-minute drive down the road.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a bunch of these girls, they
almost
know
like a
one
rival
another.
game.
Yep. Yeah, they're actually, they'll square off, I believe it's week 3 of the football season. So Dibble's going to come to Lindsay. And pitch on the way, swung on and missed.
Yeah, so they're getting pretty familiar with him this next year or moving forward at that.
That's number 7 at the dish now. That is McLean Stinnett up to bat. Runners at second and third. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Pitch on the way. Misses just low, I believe. Stinnett gets her signal from Coach Edwards down at third.
If you think about it, that run was scored on an error from the catcher.
Absolutely. High fly ball. Does it stay fair? No. Drifts just over the top side of the dugout. Lily Dotson on deck for the Leopardettes. She'd be up next. Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Leopardettes on top, 1-0, bottom half of the first inning. Peterson with the 2-2. Just missed that outside corner. That'll bring it to a full count. If I'm not mistaken, that is the 4th consecutive full count that Peterson has got herself into here in this early going. Here comes the payoff pitch. Right down the chute. Hard hit ball down the left field line, tugged just foul. Stinnett settles back in. The payoff pitch once again. Hard hit ball out towards center field. Center fielder able to make a play, but it does score a run from third. So a good piece of hitting there.
Yeah.
Can't be upset with that.
No, you got an RBI out of the deal. That was a really good hard hit ball.
Now, I'm sure if you were to corner McLean up and ask her, she'd rather hit it out of the park or, something a little more spectacular. But, hey, end result, you get you an RBI.
Yep. And runners on second and third, ball in the outfield is what you want.
Absolutely. Lily Dotson steps in for the Leopardettes, the 5-hole hitter. Wearing number 14, that is Kailyn Taylor, still out at second.
And again, it goes back to that error in the first two batters.
Big cut there by Dotson. Well, and two, it was an unforced error. You know what I mean? I understand what she was trying to do, throwing down the third baseline there, but that's just one of them deals. You keep it in your hand there, get it back to the circle, and live for another pitch. But hard hit ball down the third baseline, just foul. Should be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dotson. Leopardettes on top, 2-0. Bottom of the first inning. The pitch. Little dribbler over towards first, little droop over towards first. Nice play there by the first baseman. Able to get under that one for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the pitcher from the first game. Pitched a well of a ball game. I want to say she had 9 strikeouts.
Yeah.
I was counting back there. I thought it was 10, but I think it was 9 is what she ended up with. So either way, a great outing by Jaden Webb in the first game.
Yeah.
See if she can follow it up here from the plate.
Really gave us a good look at how deep our pitching staff will be this year because we have 4 really good pitchers.
You bet. Taylor still hanging out at second. Webb at the dish. Ball's in the dirt.
I like our runners testing the catcher
Well, and why
the
not?
defense.
She's already airmailed one down the third baseline.
Yes.
Might as well.
And they're playing heads-up ball. That's exactly what you want coming from your players and your runners.
Peterson with the 2-0. Misses high. Called ball 3. 3-0 the count. 2 outs away here in the bottom half of the first. Leopardettes on top, 2-0. Webb settles back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big cut there by Webb. Unable to catch up to that fastball. Move the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. In the dirt yet again, called ball 4. I believe that is the 4th walk of the night for Morgan Peterson.
I think so. That's every batter. What are we at right now? 6 hole?
Yep.
Has drawn a 3-ball count at least.
I'll bring up number 5, Malakote. Pitch on the way, misses just low, cold ball. Leopardettes got runners at first and second. 2 outs here.
Maddie had a really good at-bat every single appearance that first game.
Yes. Good pitch there. Right down Broadway. McGowan lets that one go. Yeah, she's one of them. You talked about it there in that first game. She's super patient there at the plate. Hard hit ball, left center field. That's going to get down. Should be extra bases. Taylor's going to score. Jaden Webb's going to score. And just like that, the Leopardettes have blown this thing open. Now lead here in the bottom half of the first inning by a score of 4-0. Another good piece of hitting there by Maddie McGowan.
She sat back and she waited on her pitch. She knew what she wanted, and when she got it, she took advantage and drove it. I think that's the hardest hit ball we've seen today.
That one was on a rope. So McGowan resides at second. Still 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first. I believe, yes, Brecken Klein now at the dish for the Leopardettes. Looks like Baron Cruz would be up next if McGowan's able to get on somehow. Or excuse me, if Klein's able to get on somehow. Pitch on the way. right back up the middle towards second. Hard hit ball. Nice play out there by the second baseman, but the damage has been done, Tandra.
Yep.
Leopardettes able to get 4 across there in the bottom half of the first inning. Now lead 4-0, getting ready to start the top half of the second. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Bronk Jackson Field here, located on the campus of Lindsay High School. Jake Rutledge alongside Tandra Hamilton, and a great bottom half of the first inning there, Tandra. Leopardettes able to get 4 runs across. Drew a ton of walks, I believe 5 walks there, or 4 walks there in that half inning. So
they had some really, really good at-bats.
Wasn't necessarily done with, well, aside from McGowan, she did have the big double there. But so Flood back to work here. Good pitch there, high and away, swing and a miss.
It starts off with a strike. I mean, you couldn't ask for much better right there coming after a good inning.
The 0-1. This is just high, called ball. 1-1 the count.
And we almost went through our whole lineup that bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah.
I think our 9-hole is due up in the bottom of the second. So I'd say that's a pretty good first inning.
1-1, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This will be the 4-hole hitter here for the Lady Demons. This is number 10, Merrick. 1-2, swung on and missed. Ringer up, set her down. 4th strikeout of the night for Rhys Flood.
She is on a roll right now. She has them so off balanced and chasing pitches.
That's what I was fixing to say. They're up there guessing almost what Rhys is going to throw them, and if you find yourself up there in that situation where you're guessing, you're beat.
Yes.
You know. Pitch on the way. Little blooper over towards McGowan there at first. Easy play. So 2 outs away here real quick. Top half of the second inning. That'll bring up 6-hole hitter number 21. This is Fuentes.
And the ball game is far from over. Even though it's 4-0, we're still in the top of the second. We still have a lot of ball game to play. And 1 good inning for the Dibble Demons on defense, and the momentum changes.
Absolutely. That pitch spooled back foul. 0-1 the count to Fuentes. Flood with the pitch, goes high. Swing and a miss from Fuentes. 0-2 the count. This will be just the 8th pitch of the inning here for Flood. Right down the chute. And Stinnett actually bobbled that pitch there. Had to make the tag, but it's still just as good as a strikeout.
Yeah.
That'll be a very quick inning there, Tandra. Wow, that didn't take very long at all. So
We went 6 up, 6 down in 2 innings.
Yep. So we'll get ready to start the bottom half of the second inning here. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Campus of Lindsay High School. Bronx Jackson Field. Leopardettes going up against the Dibble Lady Demons, and right now it's all Leopardettes, 4-0, getting ready to start the bottom half of the second inning. A few key hits there. Maddie McGowan come up clutch with a 2-run double. One of the runs was scored via a wild pitch. The other, a unforced error down the third baseline by the catcher for Dibble. So that brings up Baron Cruz here. Pitch on the way. Hard hit ball, yanked way foul and out of play. Well, Cruz was swinging for the fence there.
Yeah, she was. That was a good hard hit.
So Cruz will settle back in. 0-1 the count to her. Peterson with the pitch. Right down Broadway, swing and a miss. Strike two. The 0-2. Spooled back out of play.
If Barron can get on right here, she's got some really good speed also.
Nope.
And then we have our top of the lineup up that's got two really fast players on right there at the top. So this could be a dangerous situation for Dibble.
For sure. Pitch on the way. Gets her with the changeup. That's a good pitch there by Morgan Peterson. You got to tip your cap to her there. So Cruz is retired via the strikeout for the first out here in the bottom half of the second inning.
And I'm sure that strikeout feels real good right now with her being down 4-0.
For sure.
First inning wasn't all that great.
Maybe get a little bit of wits about her, kind of more or less get her feet back under her.
Yep.
Okay, hey, I know what I'm doing out here. That seems, I've done that before. It seems right. First pitch there was a ball. Missed high. Back to the top of the lineup, this Chloe Broussard at the plate. Ball actually got away from the pitcher there. It'll be called ball two.
She's asking the umpire if the ball would have hit her, would she have got a base? And the umpire said yes, and she's kind of like, I should have just stood there.
Pitch on the way. It's going to miss just outside. Move the count to 3-0. And that's something, I mean, just watching Peterson out there in the circle, she don't have a rag or anything there in her back pocket. It's 90 degrees still, you know. I'm sure everybody out there is sweating. Hand gets a little bit slippery and just lose grip of the ball there. Comes right back, throws a strike there. Move the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Leopardettes on top, 4-0, bottom of the second. Broussard again draws a walk. So that'll put the lead off, the second batter of this inning on first.
This is a third conference for the Dibble coach. You kind of wonder if a pitching change is coming, and it looks like that is what we're going to have.
Yep, looks like they're going to make the change. Bring out, I believe, number 5 is going to come in to pitch, and that is going to be McGahey. As Morgan Peterson will trot over to the dugout, get a drink of water, and probably see her out there somewhere defensively. I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at this roster. Dibble's got a ton of girls. They have 17 girls on this roster. So they could probably move and do just about what they wanted to, anything they wanted to with their defensive setup. So I'll tell you what, we'll throw it to break real quick while, 13 is out there.
I think that was the second baseman.
So number 13 is going to be, that is going to be Speaker, the leadoff batter. She's going to come to the circle now, but we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here, Bronx Jackson Field, campus of Lindsay High School. So after the pitching change, that is going to be Speaker, number 13, coming in to pitch in relief of Morgan Peterson. She was unable to get out of the second inning after giving up 4 runs. Flood settles in, shows bunt, pulls it just in the nick of time, throw down to second, way off track. Broussard able to slide in under second. Thought about taking off towards third, but good heads-up play out there by the center fielder to get to that one.
Yeah, because the center fielder is playing a little bit left center.
Yep.
And that ball went right center. So the center fielder does have a little bit of wheels on her to go and get that ball.
Yeah. So Flood settles back in. Broussard at second. Pitch on the way. Misses just high. Move the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Leopardettes on top here. Bottom of the second inning by a score of 4-0. Third baseman is playing in really tight.
Really tight.
It's a pitch. Good change up there by Speaker. Able to somewhat freeze Flood. So it moves the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out away here, bottom 2. Broussard still hanging out down at second. Here comes the 1-2. High fly ball out towards center field. Center field's got, as you mentioned, got the wheels. She had to retreat a pretty good ways, or come in a pretty good ways to get that one pulled in, but she's able to get it done to force the second out of the inning. Broussard still hanging out at second, unable to take off there. That'll bring up number 20, Kailyn Taylor, for the Leopardettes.
Now we got 2 down after getting our leadoff hitter.
Yep. Speaker gets her call there from the dugout. Toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases. That'll score Broussard from second. Taylor taking off to second. And they're going to hold her right there at second. Good piece of hitting there by number 20, Kailyn Taylor.
That was a good hard hit ball, well placed. She got all of that ball, and honestly, that's what she's been looking for all day is that pitch right there.
Yeah, that if she gets under that just a smidge, that thing's over there in the football parking lot.
Yep.
But is what it is. It was a frozen rope out there. Landed in about a 8-foot gap in between the left fielder and the foul line there. So, as you said, good placement there. Able to turn on one and just drive it. That'll bring up number 7, McLean Stinnett. Stinnett settles in. Pitch on the way. Misses high and outside. Ball 1. Lily Dotson would be up next if Stinnett's able to get on.
McLean's due for a really good hit right here.
Yep. Pitch on the way. Hard hit ball right up the gap. And that'll score Taylor all the way from second. Again, another good piece of hitting right there, Tandra.
Yep. They're waiting, setting back on their pitches, and they know what they want.
Absolutely. That'll increase the Leopardette increase the Leopardette lead. Now 6-0 over the Dibble Lady Demons.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner in senior Brayley Malicote.
Yep, Malicote's going to come in and run for Stinnett.
And again, she's just as fast as the leadoff. She has some good wheels on her too.
There's speed up and down this Leopardette lineup right now.
Even with 2 outs, I don't put it past Coach Edwards to have her steal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the spot you're in right now, bottom of the second, you're up 6 runs,
Why don't you try it?
Yeah.
Second game of the season.
Absolutely.
See what you have.
Force the catcher to make a throw down, to make a good throw down to second. If it's off in any direction, you might end up there at third. So
well, her last throw down went into the outfield, so.
Yep. Speaker with the pitch. Clips that outside corner, called strike. Dotson kind of looked down third base as to say, what? So Malicote hanging out over at first. Dotson at the dish. Pitch on the way. There's that throw we were talking about and able to get her at second. Malicote just didn't get quite a good enough jump there. And just an even better toss by the catcher there. So that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Leopardettes able to do some more damage, though. Increase their lead 6-0 here going into the top half of the third inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to a foggy/smoky Bronk Jackson Stadium here in downtown Lindsay, Oklahoma, as somebody has caught the grills on fire. Not sure who that guy is over there cooking the dogs and burgers here this afternoon, but he had a pretty good little smoke screen going over there just a little bit ago, so hopefully they got that under control.
The grill might be on fire, but it does smell good.
Doesn't seem to be affecting any of the players out there in the field. So
no, absolutely not.
We'll carry on here, getting ready to start the top half of the third inning. Leopardettes on top by a score of 6-0. That'll bring in the 7-hole hitter, number 29. This is Scott. Scott showed bunt, pulls it back. Flood settles back in. She's ready to go, and Scott's just taking her time. Shows bunt, pulls it back, pitch on the way, misses high and outside. Ball 2. Again, if you're just jumping on here and joining us, top half of the third inning, Leopardettes on top 6-0. The 2-0 misses high. That'll move the count to 3-0. Flood wants a different ball. Can't say, is that a blamer?
No.
Change it up. You see that? You see it a lot more often in baseball.
Yeah.
Seems like you always see that pitcher. He'll kind of give that signal, like, hey, give me another ball. So it's something you see quite a bit. And you see right there, she comes back with a different ball, clips the inside corner for called strike 1.
She needs something with a little bit more laces left to it.
Right, there you go. That'll make the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Leopardettes still on top 6-0. Flood with the pitch. Just misses low. Called ball 4. First
really
walk
good
of the
place
night.
to miss.
First walk of the night for Flood. That'll bring up 8-hole hitter, number 12, Wooten.
Looks like they might have got the grill under control over there for now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they've got it handled for now. Pitch on the way. Shows bunt.
They're going to small ball you.
Oh, good snag over there by Malakote. Or excuse me, McGowan at first.
Mm-hmm. You know, for not enough rain in this area, our field, the outfield and the little bit of grass we have still looks really good.
Yeah, absolutely. This field's in great condition. Should move the count 1 ball, 1 strike. We talked about it during that first game. You know, just a little bit of shower we did get. It was just enough to settle this dirt out here. And I mean, you look at the outfield. There's one little spot over there behind shortstop and third that's kind of browning up. But for everything else, I mean, it's in really good shape, as you mentioned, being as dry as it is.
Yeah. Really good view around. I mean, you look over and you can see the football team right now getting ready for their opening day coming up.
Right. Lays down a bunt there. Ends up foul. So Wooten doing a little bit of battling up here. And that's really all Dibble needs right now. They just need a couple of base runners just to try to get a little bit of confidence built up about them. And as you mentioned, if they can have a quick inning defensively, kind of shift some momentum and maybe get them a couple of runs offensively and get back in this thing. With that being said, slow roller down the third baseline. Easy play there by Lily Dotson. Does advance the runner over to second, though.
I think the way that ball was taken, there was no way that she would have been able to get that out at second, even though there's no outs. I think that was the best decision that she could have made.
Brings up the 9-hole hitter. There we go. Pitch on the way, called strike. Oh, we did have a little power surge. Okay. Pitch on the way. Hard hit. Couple bouncer down to first. Nice play there by the first and second baseman, McGowan and Jaden Webb.
Very nice movement right there.
Yep.
Their right side of the field has been on a tear
Mm-hmm.
these first 2 games of the season. They're just in tune right over there.
Yeah, that's a good play there by Webb, knowing the situation. It's a slow roller. McGowan had to come up and play that ball, and she knew it to get back over to first and cover the bag there for her. So that pitch was spooled down the third baseline, out of play. Owen won the count. We'll slap her down the third baseline. Nice play down the third baseline there by Lily Dotson. Actually going to call that a foul ball. Still a good play, though.
Yeah, very good play. Very good heads up.
And this is, back to the top of the lineup. This is Speaker, number 13. Settles back in. Flood with the pitch. Slapped once again down to third base. Routine play there by Lily Dotson, and that is the third out of the inning. We'll get ready to go to the bottom half of the third inning. Leopardettes still on top by a score of 6-0. We'll get the scoreboard fixed, and we'll be back after these quick messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Bronk Jackson Field, campus of Lindsay High School. Leopardettes playing in their second game of the evening here against the Dibble Lady Demons after their impressive 8-1 victory over the Ardmore Lady Tigers in the first game of the afternoon. Leopardettes still looking to get more runs here and increase this 6-0 lead as Lily Dotson, who made the third out of the inning, last half inning, strides to the plate. High fly ball out towards right center field. Right fielder settles, able to make the play for the first out of the inning. Nothing wrong with going up there with a 6-0 lead, just taking you a big old hack, you know.
Seeing what you can do with that ball.
Absolutely. That'll bring up Jaden Webb, number 19. Webb settles in, pitch on the way. Little change up there, misses just outside, called ball 1. The pitch. In the dirt, inside, called ball 2. 2-0 the count. Yeah, Tandra, we're going to have to figure out if we play tomorrow, CCS, or because the schedule I looked at, it showed August
10th
to be CCS. Hard hit ball down the left field line. That's going to get down. Webb's going to take off towards second. Think otherwise. She's coming back. So a hard hit single there. Nothing wrong with that.
No, they're setting on those inside the middle of the plate pitches and driving them.
Just turning on them. Yeah, doing a great job. So Webb will reside at first. That'll bring up number 5, Maddie McGowan.
Hey, no, don't say that. Stop. No, stop.
First pitch there, called ball 1. Pitch on the way. Little blooper. That is going to get down foul. Good effort there by the catcher.
Very good effort.
Nearly able to slide underneath that one and pull it in.
Going all the way to the dugout.
Entrance, yeah.
Maddie stays alive and now fights for another pitch.
That's right. Webb still hanging out at first. McGowan settles back in. Catcher sets up way outside. McGowan able to get a bat on it and knock it just foul over the top side of the dugout here.
I think every outside pitch we've had a couple of players and fans communicate back to our batter, and
Yep, she's moving.
the catcher's setting up fairly early.
Yeah, if you're the catcher, you want to do that as late as possible. Ringer up, set her down. Striker's first strikeout of the night. Excuse me, Speaker, not Striker. That would have been cool, though, if that was her name, Striker. Still having scoreboard issues out there. We do know the score is still 6-0. Leopardettes on top.
I'm not 100% positive if she's recording something or what happened. She was in her stance and then took that helmet off pretty abruptly.
Yep. Liner right back to the pitcher for the third out of the inning. So Dibble able to get out of the inning. Don't give up any runs there. Leopardettes, however, still lead by a score of 6-0. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Well, welcome back here to Bronk Jackson Field here, Lindsay, Oklahoma. And my big head got in the camera view. I apologize for that. RJ calling me down, my bad. At the dish here for the Dibble Lady Demons, number 99. That is Heron. Spools that one straight back over the top of us.
You know, the one thing about these Dibble Demons is they're swinging the bat. They're not afraid to swing the bat. They haven't made really good contact yet, but they're also not going down without a fight.
Right.
They're fouling pitches off.
Yeah, they're having somewhat of a difficult time catching up with Rhys, but hard hit ball out of play there. That's got windshield written all over it yet again.
That's a dangerous territory over there.
And that, with that being said, that's where some of the players, the
Yes.
Lindsay players, that's where they park. I mean, there is, you know, fans that park over there in that area, but yeah. You'd hate to walk out of the ball game and, you know, hopefully have a victory, and you walk out there and you don't have a windshield. Pitch on the way, misses high. That one might have got away from Flood there.
You know, and this is Rhys's first outing her freshman year on the pitcher's mound, and I think she's really done a phenomenal job so far. She's missed a few places, but
Good pitch there, high and away, swing and a miss, ring her up, set her down.
she's also hit her spots just like that and made him chase.
Yep, that's the 5th strikeout of the night there for Flood, so who started in a fury, struck out 4 straight. Could be wrong. That could be the 5th of the night. I'd have to.
It might be the 5th, yeah.
We're not writing stuff down up here, but I'm thinking it could be 5. First pitch on the way to number 3. This is Clanton, called strike. 0-1 the count. Top half of the 4th inning here. Leopardettes still lead 6-0. Flood with the pitch. Spooled out of play down the first baseline.
That's a little dangerous territory over there where all the kids is, too.
Yeah, you bet. Got to be paying attention.
Yep.
There's the pitch. Misses just high. Clanton settles back in. Flood's got her pitch.
Having a little bit of miscommunication.
Clanton calls time there. Looks to have been a little miscommunication there between Edwards and Stennett and Flood. Now we're ready. Pitch on the way. Tried to go with the changeup there. Got away from her.
I think Flood wanted that pitch right there. She knew she could throw it, just missed off.
Clanton settles back in. Here comes the 2-2. High fly ball down the first baseline. Routine play there by Maddie McGowan.
Okay, she's been a hand over there today at first
Telling
base. She has made a ton of plays today.
Yep. Hadn't really had to dig anything out of the dirt. Everything thrown to her has been good. But her and Jaden Webb there at second, the communication they've had. And McGowan able to turn that 3-2 double play earlier in that first game. And yeah, she's had a good back-to-back games for sure. Swung the bat pretty good as well.
Yeah. She's had a really good outing.
That pitch misses just high. 4-hole hitter number 10. This is Merrick up to bat for the Lady Demons. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Make the count 1-1. Merrick settles back in. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Leopardettes on top here, top half of the 5th inning. 3 outs away from sealing this victory. Ringer up, set her down. Should be, we're going to call it the 6th strikeout of the night there for Rhys Flood. Get ready to start the bottom half of the 5th inning. Leopardettes on top big here by a score of 6-0. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Bronk Jackson Field, Jake Rutledge alongside Tandra Hamilton. Getting ready to start this bottom half of the 5th inning here. Leopardettes on top by a score of 6-0. Really done most of their damage. What would that be? The bottom half of the 1st inning.
Yeah.
Hadn't done a whole lot since, but it is still a 6-0 lead. Leopardettes haven't looked back since they got that lead. So
they've been playing very good defense to keep the Dibble Demons off the board and off the base paths.
And if they can increase this lead here, they'd essentially be 3 outs away from sealing this deal up. Swung on and missed, called strike 2. 0-2 the count to Cruz. Cruz settles back in. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. 3rd strikeout of the night for Speaker.
You know, after Dibble has settled down after that 1st inning, they haven't had too many errors. Their pitchers have kind of settled down, kept our batters off balance. It makes you wonder, though, if they didn't have to play back-to-back, would this game be a little differently? Because that 1st game against Ardmore, they were hitting the ball very well.
Broussard strides in. First pitch called strike. Yeah, and I didn't check. I didn't see who they threw in that 1st game.
I didn't either.
As far as Dibble goes, and you know, they bring out Peterson here that 2nd game. And she just never could get any traction about her. Hard hit ball down the 1st baseline.
She's got nieces and nephews and sisters over there. She's trying to take one of them out.
Well, that got their attention because that went over that foul fence there. It was moving. It'll wake them up, that's for sure.
Yep.
A hard strike,
That's
too.
just how versatile she is. She can slap, bunt, hit from the left side, and hit from the right side.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a good weapon to have for leadoff. So here comes the 0-2. Hard hit ball into the gap. That's going to get down. Broussard will settle at first for the single. 1-out single at that. A good piece of hitting there.
Yeah, very good hit. That was a good hard hit from a true slapper to square up a ball and just drive it to
opposite field.
Yeah.
That'll bring up number 6. This is Rhys Flood.
And here you are with 1 out and speed on the base pass again. Right. Last time this happened, we had a couple overthrows and the inning went 6-0 real quick.
The pitch. Broussard takes off, and again, the throw not on target. And that's when Broussard kind of stuttered there coming out of the gates. If that throw was any better, might have had a chance to get Broussard there at second.
Looks like she kind of jammed up her ankle or knee right there on that slide going into the base.
Awkward slide, yeah. Hard hit ball down the third baseline. Going to drift just foul. See Coach Edwards over there trying to get the call.
Which an injury like that to Chloe right now would be devastating. She's been fighting her hamstring and her groin, and she had a really bad knee injury her freshman year. So losing 2 seniors in 1 year is not
ideal.
No.
Flood settles back in. Pitch on the way. Misses outside. Called ball. Broussard will retreat back over to second.
I think that's the one thing people don't really understand about athletes in general is how healthy they have to stay, not just mentally and just physically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a grind. High fly ball drifts foul, and the catcher, what a diving catch there by the catcher. Nearly able to gun her down at third. Wow.
What heads-up base running right there.
Good heads-up base running,
And
but man.
for the catcher to pop up and make that throw and it be that close.
Yeah, she was full-blown out on her chest and had the wits about her to raise up, knowing who's on second and knowing what she's done in this game already by swiping third. She wasn't going to let her get away with it that easy that time.
What a great catch by that catcher, too. That's the second ball she's dove after over there, the entry of the dugout.
I'll bring up Kailyn Taylor with Broussard at third. Leopardettes threatening once again. Still lead by a score 6-0.
You got to be careful how you pitch right here. You don't want to put anything in the dirt or go to the backstop because
pass ball should score Broussard. There's the 1-0. Hard hit ball towards short. Good stab there. Able to make the play over at first. For the third out of the inning, hard hit ball just hit it right at her. So we'll go to the top half of the 6th inning. Leopardettes still on top by a score of 6-0. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopardette softball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Bronx Jackson Field. Getting ready to start the top half of the 6th inning. Leopardettes on top, 6-0. Dibble just hadn't ever really been able to catch up with Rhys Flood here. As you mentioned, Tandra, her first outing as a freshman. Couldn't ask for a better start.
No, absolutely not. She has done everything that she's been asked to do. She's pitched a very complete game.
That first pitch there, called strike. 0-1 the count. That pitch missed just outside. Called ball 1. So 1-1 the count to McGahey. Number 5 at the plate here for the Dibble Lady Demons. Pitch on the way. That misses high and outside.
This looks like the first time we're going to see this hitter up to bat this game.
Yeah, she went in, and she's actually been playing first base, but that pitch misses high. So 3 balls, 1 strike to count to McGahey.
I'll give it to her. She hasn't seen Flood yet this game, and she's being pretty disciplined at the plate. She's not swinging at the pitches that others have chased.
Yeah, Flood's gone high and away a couple of times trying to get her to chase. Hadn't been successful. Let's see what she's got in store here on this 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Flood. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just misses that inside corner.
Just miss.
So McGahey able to draw the leadoff walk.
You have to be a little frustrated, though, for Flood out there because those pitches, they have been called in this game.
I'll bring up the 6-hole hitter, number 21. This is Fuentes.
You have a pinch runner going in for number 5. This is a number 11 out there on first.
And that is, I'm going to guess, McGahey's sister. She's got the same last name. So McGahey for McGahey. Fuentes settles into the box. She's ready to go. Flood's locked and loaded. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big cut there by Fuentes. She was trying to tie this thing up with a 2-run shot right there.
She was going for it. Which Dibble hasn't had very much success on the base pass. It kind of makes you wonder if they're going to go small ball here and try to move that runner over.
Again, swung on and missed there. So 0-2 the count here to Fuentes. As McGahey still hanging out over at first. She's yet to take off. McGahey settles in. Flood with the pitch. High and outside. Called ball 1. Fuentes settles in. Pitch on the way. Fouled straight back here at us.
Like I said earlier, they're not scared to swing the bat. They've been swinging. They're swinging and missing, but they're swinging at them. It's just timing issues.
Yep. And 2, again, we'll go back to that game they played. Dibble played against Ardmore. I didn't see who was pitching for Ardmore.
I think they used a combined of what we did.
Yep. Good change up there by Flood, misses.
Yeah, very pretty.
But yeah, it's one of them, is Flood throwing, considerably faster than what that Ardmore pitcher was? Maybe Dibble's just having a hard time trying to catch up to her.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. Misses high and outside. Called ball 4.
Again, you ask yourself, is Rhys getting a little frustrated with those calls? Because there's some being called in the previous innings that's not being called right now. And
they're actually going to call this a full count. So Fuentes is going to come back down to bat. The runner at second should have to retreat back over to first.
Yes, because that was a dead ball.
Oh, no. That would be a live ball.
Yes. Yep, you are correct.
Live ball. Yep. So, yeah, the runner is going to stay at second via the live ball there. Swung on and missed. Ringer up, set her down. Rhys Flood battles back. Way to dig deep right there from Flood. Go get her. So McGahey
she wasn't about to let her go again.
No. McGahey will hang out at second. That'll bring up 7-hole hitter number 29. This is Scott. Scott had time called the entire time there. Flood went ahead and blew one by her. So no pitch there. Again, McGahey over at second for the Dibble Lady Demons. Scott at the dish. Scott shows bunt, pulls it back, pitch on the way. Cold strike. One out away here in the top of 6. Should pitch. Again, right down Broadway, good pitch there.
Yeah.
0-2 the count.
You can tell Rhys is just settled in now. She's starting to throw harder. She's hitting her spots.
Yep. Here's the 0-2. Right down Broadway, ring her up, set her down. 7th strikeout of the evening for Rhys Flood.
What a pretty pitch for a 3rd strikeout.
That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter number 12. This is Wooten for the Dibble Lady Demons. Here's your pitch. Little blooper.
Oh,
Should be
should have interference.
some interference there from the runner at second. Her and Taylor collided.
Yep. And that should be ball game.
So that'll be the 3rd out of the inning, and I do believe you are right. That is going to end this ball game. Leopardettes able to win the first game by a score of 8-1 and turn right around and play this 3rd game of the night and win in shutout fashion by a score of 6-0. Could not ask for a better start from Rhys Flood.
No, absolutely not. And again, she's just a freshman, and she has a long career to go here. I
Yep.
think our pitching staff is super deep, and there's a lot of positives to take from these 2 games, a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. To come out and knock off an Ardmore, as we talked about, a Class 5A school, not we don't know a lot about Ardmore, hadn't seen them. This is the first time we ever, got to put eyes on them, but they're a 5A school, so they're going to have a little bit more, in the talent pool to pick and choose from than what Lindsay or Dibble might have. But, yeah, to come out and knock them off in the fashion you did, 8-1, and then turn around here and play a feisty Dibble team and beat them, shut them out essentially. Well, they did. I shouldn't say essentially. It was a shutout, 6-0. You got to put a lot of that on Rhys Flood. I mean, she came out, she pitched a heck of a ball game. Bats got hot when they, when the Leopardettes needed them, and it just kind of snowballed. If you're a Dibble fan, snowballs on you, and not much you could do after it ended up 6-0. They just flat out couldn't catch up with Rhys, and that was the deal breaker right there for sure. So,
and like I said earlier, I think the game kind of changes just a little bit if Dibble doesn't play back-to-back and has a fresh arm, fresh at bats.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the Leopardettes came out and they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, and that's a really good point there, Tandra. Lindsay had that little bit of a layoff in between games. Lindsay played the first game, and then they had a whole basically an hour and a half to kind of rehydrate, get their wits about them, get ready to go again. Cool off a little bit. Where Dibble had to come out, and they went bang bang. So yeah, that's a good point. It's a valid point. I mean that could have been a situation, and we're early on. Dibble might not even thrown their best arm.
Yeah.
Who knows? They started Morgan Peterson, and she struggled from the start. Wasn't able to hit her spots, and just. That's one of them deals. You start missing your spot, you get behind a little bit, and it kind of, as I said, the snowball effect, and all of a sudden you're in a 6-0 hole, and then it's on after that. Nothing you can do about it. So.
And that's hard to dig out of. 6-0 is it's hard, especially when your pitcher's struggling, your defense, your bats are not as hot as they was the first game. That's extremely hard. I mean, hats off to Lindsay because they had several kids step up today and make the plays and make adjustments at the plate. Maddie McGowan had a very good day at the plate, and Chloe Broussard had a very good day on the bases.
Yeah.
She drew the walks, and she's played small ball and did what she needed to do. And Rhys Flood, Rhys and Jaden really put the games on their back.
Absolutely, yeah, both pitchers. Yeah, glad you mentioned Jaden. That first game she pitched, just gives up the 1 run, and I believe that came via maybe a wild pitch. It's that 1 run, so it's not like she was giving up, line drive singles and this and that.
Yeah.
Webb came out. She pitched a great first game, and then as you said there, Flood comes out as a freshman, been playing travel ball. The kid just got back from California early this morning, I talked to her father just before the game, and Chris was telling me, he said, yeah, we got back to the house about 4:30 this morning. It was hit the bed and turn right around and get ready to come play today. So you got to tip your cap
Yeah.
to Rhys for sure, and to come out in the fashion she did. You know,
Yes.
strikes out 4 in a row, and then really never looked back. She did have a couple get away from her, had a couple of walks, but I mean she wasn't giving up big shots or anything like that. So
And that says a lot about a player to be able to get in at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and get a few hours of sleep and come out here and perform and excel the way she did. That tells you how resilient she is.
you know. Well, with all that, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. I mentioned earlier in that first game we were supposed to get a couple of the girls, but Coach Edwards, he puts them to work immediately out here on this field, getting it ready for tomorrow. With that being said, there should be a game tomorrow. I've seen a handful of different schedules. I've seen August 9th CCS. I've seen August 10th CCS. So not positive just yet if it's going to be back here tomorrow night or it's actually going to hold off till the 10th, which would be Wednesday. So either way, check our Facebook, Lindsay Media and Broadcasting. We'll have you up to date on all that. As soon as we hear, for certain game time and start date and all that good stuff, we'll let everybody know. But Tandra, had fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking forward to it all season. I think we're going to have a pretty darn good softball team
I think so
to
too.
watch. So looking forward to doing it again with you. And everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to the sponsors, man. Got to talk about those guys real quick. It's because of those folks that we get to come out here and do stuff like this on a night-in, night-out basis. And we greatly appreciate everybody out there, all of our sponsors, parents, everybody that helps make this thing go. And, yeah, so with all that being said, Leopardettes start off 2-0 on the year. Get ready to play again what we do believe will be tomorrow night, but we'll keep you posted. So, everybody, have a good evening. Thank you so much for watching.